On December 2, 2025, the U.S. enacted a sweeping new immigration freeze. It paused decisions across visas, green cards, asylum, refugee admissions, and naturalizations. The stop applied abroad and to applicants already inside the United States. 19 countries were targeted, none in Europe. Internal DHS guidance instructed adjudicators to halt final decisions for those born in or citizens of Afghanistan, Burma, Myanmar, Burundi, Chad, Republic of the Congo, Cuba, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Haiti, Iran, Laos, Libya, Sierra Leone, Somalia, Sudan, Togo, Turkmenistan, Venezuela, and Yemen. Thousands who passed citizenship exams saw ceremonies postponed indefinitely. Final green card interviews were abruptly canceled. Refugee admissions and asylum approvals were suspended. It wasn't only about entry, it stopped lives already in motion. Over 100,000 people were pushed into legal limbo. The list disproportionately covered non-white and many Muslim-majority, lower-income, or unstable nations. December's order went further than June 2025, halting nearly the full spectrum of immigration benefits. Supporters say it's a security recalibration. Critics argue the exclusions, omitting other threat sources, suggest racial and geopolitical bias. For families who followed every rule, the path forward disappeared overnight. The freeze is one of the most consequential immigration shifts in years, reaching deep into American homes. In Minneapolis, a Somali permanent resident, 7 years into her journey, was turned away from her citizenship oath. Her ceremony was canceled. Her dream deferred indefinitely. In Miami, Haitian nurses had green card interviews canceled without warning, despite critical staffing needs. Afghan evacuees awaiting asylum approvals saw interviews postponed. A Venezuelan couple fleeing persecution had their hearing pushed back with no new date. In Houston, an Iranian PhD graduate couldn't process a work visa for a pending job. In Columbus, Eritrean and Sudanese families saw reunification petitions stall. These aren't case numbers, they're lives in suspension. Law firms reported surges of panic among clients who did everything right. Fees paid, requirements met, yet the system stopped for them. As one AILA policy director put it, "This is the closest thing we've seen to a system-wide stop sign." The human cost is measured in canceled appointments, deferred dreams, and the quiet despair of families waiting for answers. People were left in limbo, with no clear timeline for relief. A leaked DHS memo ordered a halt to final adjudications tied to 19 nations. It mirrored Trump's June list, but went much further, freezing benefits across the board. Critics seized on a key omission. No European countries appeared. The echo of 2017 was unmistakable, rekindling claims of discriminatory intent. The freeze followed a November 2025 shooting of 2 National Guard members in the capital. The suspect, an Afghan who arrived under Operation Allies Welcome, had asylum approved earlier in 2025. While terrorism motives were probed, authorities did not link the attack to broader Afghan resettlement or the 19 nations. The White House framed a broad pause as necessary to prevent future attacks by unvetted migrants. Officials cited deficient information sharing and a need to review vulnerabilities. Opponents countered that the list skews toward non-white and many Muslim-majority countries, omitting other sources of violence. A single tragic incident became the rationale for casting a policy net over millions with no connection to the crime. Lawsuits are moving forward, arguing equal protection violations, religious discrimination, and executive overreach. The freeze threatens sectors with chronic shortages: healthcare, food processing, agriculture, construction, and logistics. Haitian nurses stabilize care in Florida and Massachusetts. Minnesota relies on Somali and Eritrean labor in meatpacking and the supply chain. Burmese and Laotian workers support agriculture and food services. Economists warn the freeze could slow supply chains, idle workplaces, and sap local spending. Hospitals risk short staffing at a critical time. Farms may leave crops to rot. Logistics backlogs could deepen. Minnesota's Somali community alone contributes over $160 million annually, now at risk. The nation faces a legal and moral crossroads as courts and Congress weigh the freeze. Ultimately, voters will judge whether this is protection or projection. Is this a necessary security shield, or a modern color line drawn across race, religion, and geography? For now, thousands wait in painful limbo. The answer, who belongs and who decides, will shape America's character for years to come.